Not quite locked down anymore, but another online Harcourts Rata & Co auction. We are online, so we can facilitate and you can participate at every Harcourts Rata & Co online auction. Now, buyers, tonight for your consideration, number 14, Holroyd Drive in Epping, a combination of land and location, 620 square metres on a corner, providing plenty of flexibility for the investor, for the homeowner, and of course, the developer, subject to council approval, of course, in the heart of Epping, where we enjoy access to all of that infrastructure, which has created so much significant capital growth in recent years. But more importantly for you, the buyer tonight, whether you look at long-term investing or look at a subdivision down the track, much more capital growth in the years to come. Now, buyers, before we get started, I'd like to share with you the following announcements, which are in place to help you, the buyers, bid and buy with confidence. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that remain available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I am making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Buyers, a contract of sale has been provided to you by the listing agents Gino, Vernucci and Ioannou prior to tonight's auction. It reads that tonight Harcourts Rata & Co sells on behalf of the vendor or that land together with any improvements described. The attached copy of title, volume 9305, folio 695. Or as it's more commonly known to you and I, as number 14, Holroyd Drive in Epping. Selling the property today, all fixed floor coverings, light fittings, fixed window furnishings, and any other fixtures and fittings of a permanent nature. Tonight, once the property is sold, we will call on the successful purchaser to pay a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of the contract tonight, and the balance will be paid at settlement in an extremely flexible 30 to 120 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. Now, buyers, I alluded before to the listing agents, Gino, Vernucci and Ioannou. I'm sure many of you have had the great pleasure of becoming acquainted with both or one of them on site at 14 Holroyd Drive. I'm sure many of you have had the opportunity to inspect and love the property. Now, buyers, is your time to own it. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 14 Holroyd Drive? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. Start me where you like. I'm in your hands. I've had my say. It's time for you to have yours, buyers. Where can I see it start? I can see my, at 680,000, I was going to say, I can see my agents on the screen, on the phone with you, so you can give your instructions confidently through our agents, knowing that that instruction will be passed on to me at 680,000, where we drove at the moment at 680 now. At 680,000, fairly being offered at 680 the bid. At 680,000, perhaps rounding off to 700, even money in the rise at 680 got now. At 680,000. At 680,000 now, got to be at least 700 in the rise at 680. At 680,000 now, looking for 7 in the rise at 680,000. Once at 680, are we done? At 680, at 690, I was short of my stride to get your buyer involved. George at 690,000, the courtesy same to your buyer, Rose at 10 if they like, at 690,000, make it 700 in the rise now. At 690, got. At 690, at 700 now, fairly been offered at 700, opportunity taken. At 700,000 now, George, it's got to be 710 at least in the rise at 700,000 now. At 700,000, fairly been offered once at 700,000. At 700,000 now for the second call at 700. At 700,000, even money, third, final call at 700,000. Are we all done? All finished, silent and out at 700,000. George, let your buyer know you can hardly ever buy real estate with just one bid. They need to give me a few more than that at 700,000. I'll take the 5 in the interest of moving along, Gino, getting your buyer involved. The same courtesy Rose to your buyer and George, your buyer there at 705,000 now. That's nice, easy bid at 710. Again, the opportunity taken. The small bids encourage your competition to come along at 710,000 now. At 710,000, I'll still take the 5, Gino, if your buyer's got it there at 710 now. At 710,000, fairly been offered at 710 the bid. At 710,000 once. At 710, are we done? At 710,000 twice at 710. Done. Finished for the third and final call at 710,000. Are we all done? All finished. Silent and out at 710,000. Gino, again, same advice to George's buy, same advice to yours. You cannot buy here tonight with just the one bid, especially a $5,000 bid. at 715,000. And again, thank you, Gino, at 715, now at 715. At 720, the quick retort. At 720,000. At 720,000, when the bids come thick and fast like that, you know that it means that there's value there. At 720,000, and why not in this hot market that we find ourselves in? At 720,000, fairly been offered now. At 720, buyers with Rose on the phone against your buyer, Gino, and your buyer, George. Haven't heard from them in a while. At 720,000, fairly been offered now. At 720,000 once. At 725, and just when I say to George, I haven't heard from his buyer, guess what? I hear from his buyer, 25 now, at 725. At 725, the bid. At 725,000, Rose against your bidder there on the phone, and Gino, yours. At 725,000, fairly been offered. At 725, the bid. At 725,000, your buyer's been so strong. At 730 now, Rose. At 730,000. At 730, the bid now. At 730,000, still taking five, so it helps. Nice, easy, small steps at $5,000 increments. At 730, the bid. At 730,000 once. At 730, all done. At 730,000 twice. At 730, done. Finished. For the third and final call at 730,000, and we all done. Finished. Silent. Out. At 730,000, again, the buyer is with Rose on the phone at the moment against your buyer, Gino, and your buyer, George. Gino asking for just a little bit more time. Granted, at 730,000, we want to make sure they have ample time, Gino, to make the right decision here tonight. Don't want them walking away or hanging up, rather, with regret here tonight. You have every opportunity to get involved. You have every opportunity to get those keys for 14 Holroyd Drive for good at 730,000 the bid. I'm taking $5,000 rises, although I dare say $10,000 will put you in a much better position. At 730,000 now. Once at 730, are we done? At 730,000 twice. At 730, done. Finished. At 2.5, are they sure, Gino? 2.5, 730, 2.5 now. At 732,500 with Gino's buyer now at 732.5. At 732,500, the bid back against your buyer, Rose, in the same courtesy at 2.5 now, if you like. Although I dare say big bid is right now what's needed at 732,500. There's the bid against your buyer Rose and your buyer George. At 732,500 now. At 735 now, at 735. An opportunity at 2.5 taken. I'll still take that from your buyer if they've got it, Gino, but I dare say a big bid is what's needed now. 735,000. Fairly been offered now at 735. At 735,000 against your buyer, Gino. And again, George, haven't heard from your buyer in another while yet. At 735,000 last time, that prompted them back in. Perhaps they can do the same now. At 735,000, fairly been offered once. At 735, all done. At 735,000 twice. At 735, are we done? Finished. For the third and final call at $735,000 the bid. All done. All finished. Silent and out at 735,000. Gino just needs a little bit more time, and that's fine, Gino. As I said, ample time to make the right decision. But while we wait for that, Gino, I might just take a moment to confer with our vendors, update our instructions, and I'll be back momentarily. Thank you. Oh, buyers, thank you so much at $735,000. There's the bid. Back against you, Gino, for 3 further calls. Seeking instructions there. Gino, can I confirm your buyer's instructions there in the break at $735,000? Fresh instructions from the vendor. Also, we've had a reduction in the reserve price. The vendors want to get the job done here tonight. We're not quite there just yet, but we're a lot closer than what we were when I left your screen. So if there's no further bidding here tonight, what will happen is we will deal only with the highest bidder. That highest bidder will have the first and the exclusive right to purchase the property from the vendor at their reserve price. And given that gap that exists now is smaller than what it was, I'm quite confident that once we have the opportunity to disclose that reserve price to the highest bidder, the next course of action we will take is signing that contract and getting the sold sticker up. You can't buy number 14 Holroyd at that point in time. The opportunity is here. The opportunity is now. So if you're out there to buy, I must see your instructions now. At 2.5 now at 737.5. At 737,500 buyers back there, or the bids back there with your buyer Gino on the phone at 737.5 now against your buyer at 740 now. Got Rose's buyer straight back in there. Another quick retort at 740 and it shows strong value here tonight at 740,000. At 740,000, make it 42.5 or 45 in the rise, Gino. At 740,000, fairly been offered. At 740 the bid. At 740,000, Rose with your buyer as it stands. George, haven't heard from your buyer in quite a while yet. At 740,000 now. At 740 the bid, Gino. What do you say? Bids against you. At 740 now. Once. At 740, are we done? At 740,000 twice. At 740, done. Finished. Third. Final call at 740,000. All done, finished, silent out. Gino, I'm asking for just a little bit more time. Again, I'll grant that. 740,000. 14 Holroyd Drive. 620 square metres. Prime residential property in the heart of Epping. Hardly gets better than that. Imagine the opportunities, the possibilities with that amount of land at 620 square metres. Now we're at 740,000 at 740. Gino, it's against you at 740. Rose with your buy now at 740,000. Once at 740, all done. Twice at 740,000, done. Finished. Third, final call at 740,000. All done, finished, silent and out at 740. Gino, I need to know now, asking still for more time. At 741, why not at 741? Same courtesy Rose to your buy at 741 if they like. At 741,000, make it 42 in the rise. Will give us a big bid. At 741,000, there's the bid against your buy Rose. At 741,000, bid so strong from the very start, surely they're not going to walk away for a $1,000 bid. At 740, at 745, at 745, 100. Is that right? 745? 741, 500. I was going to say 745, 500. Didn't sound like a number to me. At 741, 500 now. $1,500 bid. At 741 and a half. At 741 and a half now. Gino against yours. They've got the competition down, Gino, to $1,500 bids, and that has been a strong buyer. So an opportunity, a moment of optimism for your buyer, but that opportunity needs to be seized right here, right now at 741,500, and we're back on track now at 741 and a half. At 500 now at 742, and why not with $500 bids? It's such an easy decision. At 742,000 Rose, we're just on mute there if you can repeat that. At 743 now at 743. At 743,000. At 743,000, fairly been off now at 743. Back against your buy, Gino. Up to ones again at 743, make it 44 in the rise. At 743,000. At 743,000 buyers with Rose on the phone against you, Gino. At 745. 43 rather, at 743,000 once. At 743, we done. At 743,000 twice. At 43. At 743 for the third and final call at 743,000. And Alex is teasing me with a glass of wine there at 743. My throat is parched while Alex is drinking wine there at 743. We'll get there in just a sec. At 743,000. Hopefully we can share the wine over Zoom in celebration with the lucky buyer here today, 44 got now with Gino's buyer. At 744,000 against your buyer, Rose at 744. At 744,000. At 744,000 to make it at least a 45 in the rise. At 744,000 now once. At 744, we all done. At 744, 745, now 745, back against your buyer Gino at 45. At 745,000, Gino, I dare say this is time to bring out the big guns. Give me a big bid in the rise at 745,000. Make it 50 in the rise. At 745,000, fairly been offered now. At 745,000 once. At 745, will be done. At 745,000 twice. At 745, done. Finished. For the third and final call at 745,000. Are we all done? All finished. Silent and out at 745. Gino, I need to know from your buyer, are they still with us or are they out at this stage? Barring any further instructions from our vendor, we will be dealing exclusively with the highest bidder. So if they'd like to confer that right to the highest bidder, they can. They just need to let me know that they're out, or if they're not out, come along with another bid. I did call for 5, but I will take one if it helps them get involved. At 745,000 at 500 now, and I'll even take half at 745 and a half now. At 745,500, easy to beat bid for your buyer Rose. At 745 and a half. At 745,500 the bid, there it is against your buyer Rose. At 746 now, 746. At 746,000 and brick by brick we're going here. $500 bids, only half. Doesn't cost you much to get back on top. Gino, let your buyer know. Only cost them $1,000 here now. At 746,000 the bid. At 746,000 now. Take 46 and a half if they got it. 47 is much better though, and 50 is better again. At 746,000, fairly been offered now. At 746. At 746,000, first call at 746. At 746,000, second call at 746. At 746,000 for the third and final call at 746,000 the bid. Are we all done? All finished. Silent and out at 746. Well, guys, it's that time again. I do need to confer with our vendors because we are much closer. Not quite there, as I said, just yet. But I will be back at 500. At 746 and a half. What I will do, Gino, is I'll accept that bid at 746 and a half. We'll show that on the screen. I will still take that moment to confer with our vendors and I'll be right back. Thank you. Well, buyers, never an easy decision on auction day. Not for vendors and not for our buyers, but I can tell you we are now on the market and selling. Let's go Green Nick at 746,500. We're on the market and we sell. Gino, the bid is with your buyer. In the absence of any further bidding here today, they will be the lucky buyer at 746.5. Rose, George, this is the absolute last chance for your buyers to get involved and to get those keys. At 746,500 the bid, we sell away if there's no better bid here tonight at 746.5. I'll call it away 3 times. I need instructions, Rose. I need instructions, George. We are about to sell. Once the hammer falls, sold is sold, gone is gone. No second chances, no more opportunity at 746,500 for the first call at 746.5. Are we done? At 746,500 twice at 746.5. All done, all finished for the third and final call at 746,500 the bid. All done, finished, silent and out at 746.5. Rose are definitely done. I need instructions. Thank them very much for their bidding here tonight. Gino, George, Rata, I haven't heard from your buyer in a long time now. Am I right to assume that we're done? Thank them also for their bidding at 746,500. Once, twice, third, final call, done, finished, silent and out. We're selling, 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 selling. So, congratulations to our purchasers and our wonderful vendors for their support and trust in us here tonight. You have just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata & Co. online auction. Now, we're going to be back again on your screen tomorrow night, and on Saturday we are going to be both on your screen. We have about 13 auctions booked in, online auctions booked in on Saturday, plus we have a couple on the street, and we look forward to seeing you in the very, very near future, whether it be virtually or in person. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.